covering maritime human smuggling events for decades at ABC 10 News, and we've seen firsthand the issue is getting worse. Here's a look at the numbers over the past few years in San Diego alone. This fiscal year, the Coast Guard says there have been 304 incidents. We wanted to get a look at the origin of pangas in our waters and measures taken over the years. So we dug into our vault and found a story from this month, 17 years ago. Reporter Kirsten Lindquist followed the path that some smugglers take, going south to parts of Mexico rarely seen.
Out here, there are no visible borders, no fence, no armed guards, just an unforgiving and endless ocean, a perfect place for criminals to go unseen. They come from all different backgrounds, poverty, power. Some even come from American law enforcement.
This is organized crime.
ICE Special Agent Mike Carney is working closely with the Department of Homeland Security, the Coast Guard, and Customs and Border Protection to beef up security at sea. But the problem is getting bigger. 44 undocumented immigrants were taken off boats last year. So far this year, there have been 64. Law enforcement has come across 15 smuggling boats since October, and the year is not over yet.
And we're likely to double the numbers from last year.
Still, you have to wonder, how many are they not catching?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say what we're missing.
We intend to find out, heading south, straight to where our sources say it all starts.
This is Popotla, a small fishing village south of Tijuana. They're starting in places like this, really anywhere they can launch a boat. The fishermen here tell us they see it, but they don't want to talk about it. It's just too dangerous.
Everybody sees something, but nobody's going to say anything if you know what's good for you.
We know some of these fishermen are involved.
The organized crime is using the regular fishermen. That's what it is.
Carlos Ramos says he's not part of this underground smuggling operation, but he was at one time given the chance.
You make your choices. I never did. I won't do it. I'm too old to do that now.
He believes it's the cartel that come to places like Popotla to recruit fishermen to drive the boats. The economy here is tough, and these men are making very little. One boatload of immigrants or drugs can pay what they usually take home in 6 months, even a year.
They're gonna make 5,000-10,000 in one day, or stay here and lose everything.
But Ramo points out it's not just the weathered fishermen they're recruiting. They hit the clubs late at night looking for the young, willing to take a chance. It's these inexperienced men that are often driving the boats we see washed up on shore or found floating for days miles off course. But if they do make it into U.S. waters, Ramos says they are supported from land, constantly in contact by Nextel, dodging Coast Guard, the military, pinpointing the perfect place to dump.
And right now, the technology is real easy. There's no way for the Coast Guard to track a radio call.
We wonder just how much of this ICE is aware of. Agent Carney confirms what we've been told.
We think they switch it up depending on what their intelligence is saying, where law enforcement's at. So they're smart.
Something the agency hasn't heard is who else is involved. The I-Team has learned that Americans, possibly former Coast Guard personnel or other Department of Homeland Security employees, could be part of the smugglers' organization.
In your investigations, you've never come across there being someone on the inside helping these people from a government agency in the U.S.?
I'm not aware of any prior incident of corruption that's assisted boat smugglers.
But he doesn't entirely doubt it. Carney says easy money is tempting, even to the good guys.
There's a lot of money involved in smuggling, and there's going to be a very small percentage of officials that are going to go for that.
In the desert, through the tunnels, it is getting harder to break through land barriers. But out here, the battle is just beginning. With photojournalist Michael Gonzalez, I'm Kirsten Lindquist with the 10 News I-Team.